Hello. I think we've got a ghost. If you hear any sounds, it's my dog. Today we're going to be talking about the five, my hands are horrible, the 5 mistakes you are making when it comes to fat loss, or reasons why fat loss appears to not be working. I've got them written up on my phone, so I'm just gonna load that up. I am an online fitness coach, and I'll have people come to me and ask me, look, that's just my dog scratching himself. Great. It's gonna take a while. These are probably the 5 most common mistakes I've found as a coach. When clients come to me and they say, look, I've tried everything, I'm eating healthy, training every single day, and I'm not seeing results. I'm not losing weight. I'm not where I think I should be by now. These are kind of the 5 key points that I'll sit down and address firstly to see where something's going wrong. Most of the time, even if one of these is off, that's going to be where the problem lies. One of the most common things that I hear from clients is that they'll say that they are eating really healthy food, they've got a really healthy diet, well balanced, and they're not losing weight. Yeah, even my dog's crying at that. Just because it's healthy, it doesn't mean that they're calorie free. And ultimately, if you're trying to lose weight, you're going to need to be in a calorie deficit, which means consuming less calories than you're burning. Less calories in than out, you're going to be in a deficit, you're going to achieve weight loss. Which is why tracking food on apps such as MyFitnessPal is really important, because you learn the value of calories and what type of foods hold more nutritional value, helping you stay within your deficit, which is going to gradually help you get to that weight loss goal. Number 2, not being active outside of the gym. I don't know if you've heard of something called NEAT. There's various hashtags out there for getting your NEAT increased. NEAT is essentially your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So that is all the exercise that you do outside of the gym and training. You know, people have said, I'm training every single day, or I'm training 5 times a week, I'm doing strength training, weight sessions, I'm just not shifting the weight. You need to look at exercise in the gym as a form of strengthening and increasing muscle mass and gaining strength in general, and not using it as a tool to burn calories. If you link these two as gym equals burning calories so I can eat more, that's a really unhealthy foundation, and you're getting the wrong idea. You could develop a really unhealthy relationship with exercise. Exercise will obviously help put you into more of a calorie deficit, but ultimately what you're doing outside that 1 hour you're spending in the gym, what you're doing the other 23 hours of the day, you need to make sure that you're walking, getting your steps in, that you're standing every now and again. If you have a sedentary job, maybe, you know, taking the stairs, you need to get your activity up outside of the gym, as that increases that buffer of calories burnt during the day, which is going to help put you in more of a deficit, and then that's going to lead to weight loss over time. Number 3. Cold coffee. Number 3 is a big one that I come across a lot, and that is not eating enough protein whilst in a calorie deficit. If you're not taking in enough protein, you're going to probably feel really hungry on your lowered calories, which naturally you're going to be hungry on anyway because you're eating below your body's maintenance. Also not going to be able to develop strength as efficiently, and that's going to then affect your training, and these all pull together and make your weight loss journey a little bit less effective. I always recommend that you need to be having at least 1.6 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram of your body weight. Let's say that you are 80 kilos, You want to be aiming for around 140 to 160 grams of protein every day. When you start tracking it, you're going to realize you've probably been eating way below that. Once you increase this protein intake, it helps with satiation. Satiation, that's a hard word. Helps with keeping you feeling full, basically. If you're feeling full for longer, you're less likely to want to snack. You're going to be sticking within your deficit a lot more consistently, and that consistency over time is what gets you the weight loss. By increasing your protein, you'll start to notice your strength's going to increase, you're going to be able to progress the weights a lot better, a lot more efficiently, which is going to help your body become more efficient at burning calories because you're able to push yourself further in the gym, and that all adds up. Talking about pushing yourself in the gym, this leads on to point number 4. If you're not progressing the weights in the gym, that is going to be severely impacting your progress. You might have heard of the term progressive overload, and that is essentially what you need to be applying. Every single session or every single week, you need to be making sure you're keeping track of the exercises, the weights, the reps, and the sets, even the rest that you are doing. Each week, make sure that even if it's just half a kilo, 1 kilo increase, you need to be applying that. That's your body's way of continuously being pushed and pushed gradually over time. So there's no room for a plateau. Say you're doing a squat and it's 30 kilo squat for 5 reps. The next week when you go back and do that, you want to either be hitting 30 kilos again, but maybe 6 reps, or maybe you can go for 32 kilos for 5 reps. Play around with progressing one aspect. By continuing this progression, you're constantly making the body work a little bit harder week by week, and that avoids the plateau, which is a big problem when it comes to weight loss. That's another great way of keeping you celebrating non-scale victory wins. You can literally see your progress and your strength improving week by week, which is going to motivate you and keep you in check and keep you pushing on this journey, because it's going to take longer than you think, and you want to be celebrating non-scale victories. And that leads me on to point number 5. It's only tracking the scale weight. There are so many factors that the scales do not take into consideration. Relying solely on something like that is going to be detrimental to your motivation, your mindset, and your relationship with your health and fitness journey. Weight fluctuates day to day, hour to hour, minute by minute. There's things like water retention, hormones, whether you've been to the bathroom or not. That is why I will always say take progress pictures. Same position, try get it on self-timer, not holding the phone. You want to just stand, even in video, stand in front of the camera, take a front on, side on, back photo, week by week without fail. Even if you feel you don't want to, you're going to look back and compare, say week 1 and week 6, and you'll be able to see the difference that you might not be able to see looking at yourself in the mirror. When you put them side by side, you're going to notice and pick up on things, and that's going to keep you motivated. You won't care at that point what the scale says because you're physically seeing the changes right in front of you. Another important factor is measurements. Make sure you're taking measurements weekly, so waist, chest, hips, below the belly button, kind of abdomen region, thighs. To notice that even if the scales might not change 1 week, your waist might be down 5 centimeters, but because you've gained muscle by progressively overloading, like we mentioned before, you're going to realize you have actually lost fat because the measurements are down. Combining all these forms of progress, so photos, you can still keep the weight in there, and measurements, as well as progressing the weights in the gym, you are going to be able to celebrate so many different wins along the way and really pull away from this unhealthy habit of fat loss journey being just the kilos that you are losing. There is so much more to that, and suddenly you have different goals. You have performance goals. You want to squat 50, you want to squat 60, you want to get a new deadlift PB. And that's what makes you feel good. It's not the number on the scales that determines that. Thanks for watching that. Barely got through my coffee. If you'd like to see more videos, please make sure you like and subscribe. Never said that before. I'll be posting a video once a week for the foreseeable future. If there's anything that you would like help on, any questions you have, any topics you'd like me to discuss, throw the questions my way and I'd be happy to help.